Okay, I think we're live now. I think it's actually working. This is good. You never know what's going to happen when you're on Zoom and trying to go live on YouTube. But today we're excited to announce the winner. Oh, hold on a second. It's talking to me. Okay, we're ready to announce the winner. Woo, woo, woo. If you're in our book, Wellness for Winners, we're super excited to announce that you may have won a free chapter in one of our future books. So while I get my act together, I'm going to have Sally take over. Go, Sally.
Gee, thanks. All right. So, what we're going to do is we are going to pick one person that's going to win a free chapter in one of our future publications. And I think we entered all of your names into the Wheel of Fun, and we're going to spin it and see who wins.
Yes. And in the meantime, what I was trying to do here is to find the link, share with you why we're a little confused here is because I went to go live using a platform I normally use and it wasn't available. So we ended up having to switch up the gears. And so everything is, we're just like winging it, right? And so let me just share with our group here. Let me see, we're live here announcing the winner. So hold on a second here. There we go. I've shared that. Now we can move forward and I feel complete. Sally, it's been an amazing journey. You know, Action Takers Publishing did not start off as Action Takers Publishing. We started off as Women Action Takers Publishing. And before that, we weren't a publishing company, you know, so to speak. And I used air quotes on that because it's not the official company name. We're actually an umbrella under a different company called Living Live. And when we first moved into this area of publishing books, I didn't think of doing it as a business. I literally was just going to do it for fun. And so that's what I was doing. But when I discovered that, wow, I've got the systems in place, I know what I'm doing, and I love what I'm doing, I decided to go ahead and launch it officially as a publishing company. And I brought Sally on to help out because I've known Sally for just about a year or so. And I really like the way she works. And I'm sharing this with you because if you're going to bring on a partner, make sure you like the way they work and make sure you like the person. And also one thing that I love about you and I together, Sally, is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the energy and the synergy that we have together, we realize that when one of us says one thing, it's like we're not attacking each other. And I say that because sometimes I'll say something and I'm like, ooh, I hope she didn't take that wrong. You know what I mean? And then I don't think you do. So correct me if I'm wrong on that, because I think it's been a great partnership that we've formed here.
Yeah, it's funny because when I could tell when we were doing the last, we did what, 2 books? You did 2 books in
8 days apart.
8 days apart. And I had been on Zooms with you and we were, doing some stuff with our whole group. And I went to bed one night and I was like, she seems awfully stressed. I'm going to reach out to her and see if because at the time I had some time during the week and see if she needs any help. So I reached out to her and said, listen, I know you got a lot of stuff going on. Could you use some help? And she was like, yes.
I said it just like that too. Yeah.
So, and I think that's how it all started because we started working together and it was like we were on the phone and I was helping you do some graphics for the books and putting stuff together for the books. And I was like, wow, I really enjoy doing this. And you were like, yeah, you know what? Let's just keep doing it. So that's kind of how it started. And I'm just here for the ride and I'm having the time of my life. So thank you.
I had the time of my life. I know we're here to announce winners, but I just had to break into song because I'm excited. I absolutely love doing this. And one thing I realized early on is, it's only been since August. So what, 5 months, or is it the end of August? So only about 4 months that I decided to do this as like my thing, right? The publishing company. And immediately the next day, somebody reached out to me to publish their book. So that was like one of those validations. Okay, you got this, you know what you're doing, and people want you to help. And then when I started talking to Sally, one of the things we talked about was like our goals. What is our goal for 2022? and we came up with a number of how many books we wanted to publish. And I think if I remember correctly, Sally, it was like, let's do this. And then when we do that, let's shoot for this. And then let's shoot for that kind of thing.
Well,
And I was like, forget those other two. Let's just shoot for the whole shebang, let's just do it. Go ahead.
I had taken a course and they were talking about how to set goals. And one of the things they said was set an easy goal, something you can reach, and then set something that was like a little bit of a reach, but it was going to take some time, and then set a crazy goal. So I said, well, all right, we could do 10 would probably be real easy for us to do in this coming year, because we just did 2 in 2 weeks. 15 would be
8 days, by the way, it's not 2 weeks.
8 days, rather.
Okay.
8 days.
And by the way, just to show that was me by myself. I was doing this by myself. And so, yes, now I have somebody with me, right? So this is how things can change quickly. So go ahead, Sally.
Yeah. And then I said, well, 15, because we were talking, and I said, well, 15 would be kind of like really great, but 25 would be awesome. So Linda's like, let's just do 25. I'm like, all right, we're going for the 25.
Dun, 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 dun. For those who don't know, that's the Rocky theme. But yeah, so here we are, having these goals, and I don't even think of the number 10 and 15. All I see is the sight of the 25. Now we might hit 10, we might hit 15, but my sight is always on the 25. Because for me, this is how I operate in my life, is that I have to shoot for the big goal. Otherwise I'll fall short on the others. Right. I just know it's kind of typical for human behavior, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's kind of was the psyche around it, was, go for that 25, but know that, because what happens a lot of times is you go for the 25, and if you miss it, you think you failed. But you say, you know what, if I hadn't gone for the 25, I wouldn't have made the 15 or the 10. So it's realizing that even if you don't hit it, that hitting those smaller goals, you've accomplished something, and you've made progress towards your goals.
You know what I just thought of, Sally? What I want to do is, because we are at the very genesis of, the Action Takers Publishing, and, my husband just got home, so the dogs are going crazy, but we're at the very genesis of Action Takers Publishing. So what I want to do is once a week, you and I come on and we'll report the progress, just to show you how we're moving forward, how we're making it happen, some of the challenges that maybe we faced during that week, and what do we do to blast through those, to overcome those. So if you're up for it, let's do it. I know you are, so let's do it. Okay. Sold.
I'm there.
I know you are. So
I'm really excited about this, because this is my first launch book with Action Takers Publishing. And so I'm just over the moon with this whole thing. And this book, I've read some of the submissions. These chapters are off the charts. You guys are going to love them. You're really going to love them. And some of these stories, I'm like, wow. So, yeah.
So you might be wondering, what book is she talking about? Well, we're talking about the first book that's coming out, called Wellness for Winners. This is the book cover for that one, Wellness for Winners, Your Guide to Wellness, Success, and Happiness. We have 30 authors that are, sharing their stories in here about how they have, moved to that place of wellness and, taking care of themselves. And before we announce the winners, what we're doing, this is something we're doing with our publishing company. And, I love contests. I love having fun. Fun is actually one of my number one pillars in my life and in my business. And so what we're doing is, with every single book that once we get all of the authors together, now we have a deadline, right? We have a deadline to turn in your chapters. And the deadline for this book is December 31st. But we thought, how cool would it be to have a sooner deadline, that for all of those who turn in their chapter early, you're qualified, you'll be entered to win a free chapter in one of our future books. So it's really cool, because this gives us an opportunity to, kind of like gamify publishing, right? To gamify it in that way and to have a lot of fun, but then also give people who want to be in more books. Maybe they're like, oh, I don't really have the funds for it right now. And so maybe they win a chapter instead. So Wellness for Winners is going to be the first Action Takers Publishing book. So super duper excited about that. And then the next one that we have, well, some of the ones that we have coming up, we don't have the actual publishing dates on these, but I'm going to share some of these with you because if you're interested in being in one of these books, please reach out to us and find out how you can be part of that. But I'll also drop a link in the, well, we're here on YouTube right now. So I'll also drop a link in the YouTube so you see how you can be part of that. So Action Takers with Healing Powers. Do you have healing powers? If so, how did you discover those healing powers and how do you use those today? Another one of the books, Action Takers Who Gain by Losing. You might see a little theme coming here, action takers, right? So action takers who gain by losing. This is, people who use intermittent fasting and have used it to lose weight, but what did you gain by losing that weight? So that's action takers who gain by losing. Then we have action takers who step up and speak out. So these are people, they're sharing these empowering stories, that are inspirational motivation to help people to change their lives. And we'll actually have a couple different people that were, on the fence of, writing the forward for this book. So I'm excited to see who we end up with for that one. And then lastly, these are the book covers that I have to share with you. But Sally's going to show you some of the other titles we have coming up. The book I read, these are stories of transformation. Everybody has a book that they've read that they really enjoyed. But what is like one book that you read that was so transformational in your life that it's helped you? So don't write about the book. This isn't a book review. This is you sharing how the book has transformed your life and what did you do, to make that transformation. And so next, Sally, roll that beautiful bean footage. She's like, what is that bean footage? Just go ahead and share the website. And then while she's pulling up the website, what I want to do, should we announce our winner now or should we wait? Oh, we have the website up. Okay, go ahead, Sally. So show them some of the other titles that we have coming because we have a goal of 25 books in 2022. What does that mean? We got a lot of titles that we're putting together, right? So here's some of the titles that you may be able to participate in. And if you want to participate, just let us know. Sally, it's all you.
If you go to actiontakerspublishing.com and you click on the looking for authors, it'll take you here. And these are the books that we currently have. The book I read, and now this is a special release. So this one is only $79 US and it's 1,000 words. And so we're looking for 50 authors for this one. And that one's going to be a lot of fun to do.
And we have a special announcement about that book on Saturday that we'll be making as well.
And then here are some other ones that we have coming up in 2022. Action Takers Living on Purpose, Fabulous After 50. And I think we have Sherry Leopold, who's doing this book, is going to be doing the Fabulous After 50 with us. Action Takers Who Lived a Year of Yes. This one is phenomenal. This is going to be a 1-year journey with us. Whitney Wiley is spearheading that, and we're excited about doing that. You'll be taking a journey, and we'll be writing the book as we go along. Action Takers Thriving After Cancer, and Redefining Disabilities as Beauty Marks. And then we have a whole bunch of other ones. People in the fashion industry, we're looking for people who amp it up, have mastered Monday, Stitch for Success, Inspired Tenacity, Standing for Justice, Blended Families, Never Give Up. I think that one's moving up to a little bit to the top. Who Have a Heart to Heal, Who Invent Cool Stuff. So we have a whole bunch of ideas. If you have an idea for a book, reach out to us. We would love to hear your ideas, and we would love to work with you. So yeah, so that's our website and what we have going on.
Yeah, and that's a great point that you made there. So maybe you saw, these titles here, you're like, oh, none of those really resonate with me, but you have a title in mind. Maybe it's something that's really, really close to your heart and you would like us to put together the collaboration for you. We can do that as well. So we have 3 different offerings. One is that we work with individuals who have a book to publish. We will publish their book for them. We also write our own collaboration books. That's hence the name, Action Takers Who. Many of those are Action Takers Who, because we're, bringing together us with you to create something together, or maybe it's just something that we're putting together ourselves. If you want to be a a co-author in one of those books that's not listed with a name by it, like you saw, Whitney Wiley and Linda Sunshine West. If you see one of those books that doesn't have another name by it, you can be the co-author on that book where your name is on the cover. Reach out to us and we'll tell you how that can happen. And then again, if you have your own idea of your own book that maybe you want to bring everybody together, maybe you have an environment where you have a couple thousand people or a couple hundred people, and you all have the same the same mission in life, and you want to bring them all together to share their stories, we will do that for you as well. So there's plenty of opportunities to have your stories told. So with that said, what we're going to do now is we're going to pick the winner from the Wellness for Winners book. And this is going to be the people who already turned in their chapter. Again, their deadline is December 31st, but 14 of them turned in their chapter yesterday. And that was our deadline to have an opportunity to win a chance to be in one of those books listed that Sally showed for free. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen. We have the wheel of names up here, and I already filled it up with the people's names. We have 14 people, and Sally, tell me when to spin the wheel.
Spin.
Okay. It's kind of anticlimactic because you can't hear any sound, I don't think. So here goes. Da, 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 dun, dun, da, 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 dun, dun. The winner is Scott. Hey, I can't get that off my screen. I don't know what happened. Oh, there we go. Scott Leopold is the winner, and he is going to get a free chapter in one of our upcoming books. So excited. Congratulations, Scott Leopold. Please reach out to me and Sally, me or Sally or me. Either way, just reach out to one of us and let's get you in one of those future books. Super excited to have you. And again, like Sally mentioned, these stories, like we're proofreading all these stories and reading all these stories ourselves, because I want to know who's in the books. I want to know all of their stories. So it's really fascinating. Everybody comes from a different time in their life that they experienced something that moved them into this place of wanting to be in the wellness area, right, of their lives. And so it's really fascinating to hear all the different stories. Excited for you to see the book. When we are ready to launch, we'll be coming out and telling you what's going on, and how you can be part of that as well. So Sally, any parting words for our guests today?
Thank you all for joining us, and we are excited about Wellness for Winners coming out in 2022.
Woo, woo. Everybody have a great day. And remember, set your goals, but then do a BHAG, big, hairy ass goal. What's something that really scares you, and set those goals, and don't get disappointed if you don't hit them, because you want to set something big enough, like Sally said, that it's scary and you may not hit it, but guess what? You may hit it, but you got to set those goals.